Hello and good day, everybody. Welcome on back. So, it is time at last to start watching the Monster Hunter Wild videos that they've been putting out. They have a bunch of weapons out already. I will not be covering those today. Kind of just watching and reacting and talking over, the normal React content. But today, we'll be looking at the new mechanics they will be going and the basic mechanics. So focus and basic mechanics will be going over today. And if you guys wish to watch these and you have not watched these and you don't want to listen to me talk over it, you can come back to this later if you want. I'll have the links down below in the description as always. I do not... I don't know what's going with that. Anyways. So first off, we'll be starting with the basic mechanics. Now, I'm assuming it's going to be similar to all the other Monster Hunters and stuff like that for the basic mechanics, but we'll see if they add anything new. Let's see. Hunters have two weapons states, sheathed and drawn. Okay, pretty basic, real basic. Living up to its name already. When your weapon is sheathed, you can move faster using items, unless you're using sword and shield. Okay. When a weapon is drawn, your movement is limited, but your weapon can be used to attack. Okay. Then with sprinting, when the weapon drawn, usual. Bringing the mounts, but in wilds, it's going to be a bird. Almost called it a chocobo. Are they going to actually show some of the newer mechanics, though? This is just going to be the basic mechanics for this game, not Monster Hunter in general. Because shown by some of the videos, they showed that you can have two weapons attached to this, or another weapon attached to this guy that he just walks around with it. Well, they show this off. The suckers agree that can be out. I can guide you automatically to the target monster for your current quest. I hope that is nice. All right. I can appreciate that, but I really hope it's not going to do it automatically like your first encounter, because that will take away from the hunting experience that I loved in World. That's one of the things that was not really in some of the other Monster Hunter games, which was honestly a really good add-on to this game. Tracking it down, finding his footprints and stuff like that. Scout flights are still here. Man, I hope this is not going to be just trivializing the hunt itself. Almost you can recover health. Okay, so you can use items while mounted. Typical from Rise. Collect items from Rise. Got it. Either take some inspiration. So they are showing it, and you'll even gain the ability to switch between a primary and secondary weapon. Nice. So my question is still is, can you bring the same weapon, right? If you really love the greatsword, right? Say you want to do an elemental greatsword build, can you bring, like, a monster has two, like Altreon, right? You'd want to bring, or even a KT from World, where she has different stages for elemental weaknesses, right? Especially for like dual blades. Granted, your armor set will clash that entirely. All right, so we got stuff from Rise, and now we got the stuff from World. Singer is a sheath equipment for any hunter. Okay. I Really hope it's not going to be the clutch claw thing. I really hope the wounding isn't going to be prominent in this game too. Oh, that was so annoying. I loved the mounting, slashing, or slamming the monsters into walls and stuff. That was fun. That was fun. But not having to wound the monster every single time. That was a little annoying. Flinger's back. I hope that I can prime it and shotgun it with the sword and shield. I loved that in World. Yeah, that's a nice little touch. Oh, and some of the previews they showed. That's a nice little touch. Grabbing stuff with okay. Probably shoot it or do that. Okay, okay. Love it. Oh, that's it. So that little grab is gonna be pretty nice for just just quality of life, right? Like you're running by picking stuff up and you're like, oh, there's something over there. You just can't quite reach. You don't feel like turning all the way around. You could just hook to it. Call it good. All right, so that was the basic mechanic. We're gonna go ahead and swap over to this one, which is the new mechanic, or one of the new mechanics that already showed the primary and secondary weapon, which is still gonna be pretty interesting. Being able to bring two different style weapons. Now, the focus mechanic. I am interested to see what this is gonna be like. Again, I will have both links in the description below. Credit to Monster Hunter always. Focus mode. Focus mode allows you to carefully aim your attacks or guard. Huh. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That probably helps the great sword tremendously because there's always situations where you're just slightly off on when you're doing a charge attack, right? Like it just slightly goes to your right or slightly goes to your left and you just whiff. So many whiffed swings from hunters. Now you can aim it. Now you can aim it. It's pretty cool. Again, that's going to help great swords so much, or even the hammer. Text. Oh, so this is the. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna help the SNS too much because it was a real agile weapon and it never really became a problem for me ever. Maybe once in a while we're doing perfect rush where you're stuck in animation, but other than that, you can turn so fast that didn't even matter. That's definitely gonna help the greatsword. Wall hunters attack the same part of a monster continuously may create wounds. So they are kind of bringing it back. No, because what I no, that has always been a kind of thing, but it might be a new style. 'Cause usually, when a part is starting to get wounded, you can tell that it's going to break soon, or is broken, I should say. Okay, so when you go into focus mode, wounded parts will glow and show. Using focus mode will highlight those. Oh, they. Okay, I should have read it before talking. I guess that's pretty cool. But let's see what the purpose of that. Attacking the wounded parts will deal more damage than normal. Okay, so they further expanded upon the wound system from World. So you did bring the wound system to Wilds, but they did it in a completely better way, in my opinion. Because having to latch onto a monster, hit it a few times, granted, Iceborne made it a lot more bearable, especially for the lighter weapons, right? Because with the SNS pre Iceborne, you had to latch on, hit it a few times, like do your full 3 combo, jump off, latch onto it again just to wound it. But in Iceborne, they made it so you can do a little clutch claw uppercut, which is very similar to the what is that shield? The counter uppercut shield for the sling bind move. I always forget its name from Rise. I always butcher its name. Anyways, it's like that, but a claw uppercut. Latch onto it, hit it a few times, back off. You get a, a pod that you can shoot, and it gets wounded. It's a lot better, but this system is so much better. So much better, in my opinion. Okay. So it it, I hope this is not considered a this is gonna be considered a crit. Okay. So to crit, so it is gonna kind of be like the system from World. That's fine. Not for the okay. Overthinking. What did I say? Focus mode will also highlight a weak point that the monster has exposed. Oh, okay. Focus strikes. Focus strikes are special attacks that deal extra damage to wound and weak points. Those are going to be focus mode attacks. Got it. So for the greatsword, its focus strike is a you slide your greatsword across the monster. I love it. Using focus mode to zero in on monster weaknesses and deal major damage. Or for the gun, just shoot it. Okay, that makes sense. They only showed the greatsword focus strike. No, I want to see the other weapons. Maybe they'll show focus strikes in the weapon previews themselves. So, what almost got me worried was because it is like almost paramount for any hunter, where is it? To achieve 100% crit. And most of the time, when you're building a build, your primary focus, if your primary focus for a build is damage, you would always go for 100% chance to crit. Like that is the focal point of any DPS style build. You'll want to get 100% chance to crit. Then you would get critical boost, which would increase your crit damage. And then you would throw anything else in that you can squeeze in, right? Or anything that fits the playstyle. But those are the two things that you typically go for. So if you can achieve 100% crit without focusing on weakness, that'd be cool. Because this just makes me think weakness. Well, weakness exploit is probably going to be a thing for hitting weak parts. Anyways, I do like the new wound system over Worlds. I like Wilds over Worlds so far. I haven't got my hands on it, so I can't say with certainty. But it's looking a lot better and a lot less tedious. All you gotta do is focus on a part you want to damage, right? You want to damage the face, hit the face. You want to damage the arms, hit the arms. You want to get that tail, chase that tail. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm even more hyped for it. But that is going to be it for today. I'm 100% going to be playing this when it comes out. I still plan on doing a world run. I'm going to be restarting that, but that's going to be more towards the end of the year because this still does not have a set date. I do not have a set date for that either. As soon as they give us a actual date, that is when I'll start planning on the world run. Unless it's going to be like a month before, then that's going to blog. Because it's going to take a lot longer than a month to play through that game. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, be well, stay safe, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope you guys are as hyped as I am for this.